When we started the production of the climb, we did a lot of research about how real climbers climb.
Every Monday and Thursday we go indoor climbing. So I had this kind of background where, okay, climbing, well, what happens when I climb? I look at the wall and I look where my next grip is. Had that in mind, I also thought, yeah, that's actually something I could easily prototype in CryEngine.
One of my favorite moments in developing the climb was early on in the prototype stages. At the very essence of the mechanic, we realized that this was something unique, something we hadn't experienced before.
We basically had a controller in our hand, and we had those two triggers which basically symbolized closing the hands with the back triggers. And the controls of where you go were basically head motion. And so you look where you want to go, and then you push the trigger, which is go here, go there.
Immediately when in White Box, we realized that with the proper dressing of the environment, that could be a fantastic experience. And then with CryEngine, we can put together real quick vistas. And yeah, the moment we tried, so okay, that's it.
A different kind of mindset was required for a VR game. You have to think about more things. You have to think about physical comfort. You have to make sure it's performant all the time. You have to make sure that your interaction with the world puts you into the place.
Movement is something that you take for granted in any standard title. In VR titles, it's something that you have to relearn from scratch.
It is more challenging, but the challenges are not the same. They're actually different, and they're fresh. I'm glad to be part of this team. I believe we're doing some very extraordinary things.
You are hanging literally 100 meters above sea level on a rock. It's really, really cool, but there are also intense moments where you want to jump from A to B and to get a shortcut. These jumps are really intense.
Since our acceleration curve for falling is absolutely realistic, that really sets your heart, like when you grab on again. But then you realize, wow man, I just traversed that 2-meter area so much faster than everybody else, will be great on my time. After a while you start like, can I do that while I look down? Like, whoa!
It's interesting when you talk about VR, because we're talking about presence in the 3D space. That presence allows you to feel very similar adrenaline, very similar excitement as you would if you were actually there. So if you want to know what it's like to climb a cliff face, you're actually going to get that feeling.
Achieved with CryEngine.